Martin, can you tell us about your sense of John and what he was trying to do as part of IH?
Yes, if I now go back to that 40 years ago when I walked in off that hot, dusty Shaftesbury Avenue to meet John Haycraft all those years ago, what were the things that impressed me? First of all, I think was the sheer professionalism that John believed in. He believed so much in the idea that teaching had to be done by people who were properly trained and who were really interested and enthusiastic about their profession. And I think that's something that I've remembered all the time, that we always treated people in a very professional way, that they had to be properly trained, and that we had to offer a service to the students that was absolutely what we promised in our brochures. The second thing was John's huge belief that people rise to challenges when presented with them, and that on the whole, I've always believed that give people the challenge myself and usually you will be rewarded. Of course, sometimes it doesn't work, but generally people rise to challenges if you give them the opportunity. And thirdly, I think John himself was a great risk taker. But John always had a very solid home base of his own. In physical terms, that was the London school. In personal terms, it was his own personality that was at home with himself, which gave him the strength to take risks, opening schools, engaging in partnerships, opening up in areas. For example, when I think he was one of the first to run schools in the former Soviet Union. Hardly had the Berlin Wall come down and John was doing, had the arrangement with George Soros to set up the schools. John was a great believer in taking risks, and sometimes it didn't work, but he certainly taught me that you've got to survive, you take risks, you move forward, and that's what I remember and I learned from John. So enthusiasm, professionalism, risk-taking, and devotion to really giving the students the best possible service.